What's going on, guys? My name is Gio, and today we're going to talk about the new Seattle NHL team.
The truth.
Alright, so before we start this video, I first of all got to talk about my new Discord, and if you saw my most recent video, it wasn't like a long one. But while I was on vacation, I made a video talking, or no, not vacation, while I was gone this weekend, I made a video talking about how I made a Discord, so if you're interested in joining that, I'll leave a link in bio. And other than that, I guess thanks for also getting me to, I think I'm at like 66 subs right now, so thanks for that. But anyways, let's get into the video. Alright, so around 2 or 3 days ago, the new Seattle NHL team released what their new logo, their new colors, their new slogan, and everything was going to be. And today I'm just going to talk about it, considering I would say if you're watching this, if you don't know a lot about hockey, this may be your first time hearing about it. But it seems pretty interesting, and maybe I can, just inform you, and maybe you'll end up liking hockey because of it. But let's get into it. So the new Seattle team was released, and it was called the Seattle Kraken due to a lot of popular demand, where fans wanted to be called the Seattle Kraken. And if you don't know what a Kraken is, it's like a mythological creature, which was this giant octopus that would like take down ships. And as a result, I guess with the whole sea theme of Seattle, they decided to become the Seattle Kraken. And their logo is actually this S that has like a tentacle in it and an eye. And I think it's like dark blue, light blue, white, and red. Why they didn't use green, I don't know, considering Seattle seems like a kind of team that would need green. But nonetheless, it still looks pretty cool. They ended up also releasing their jerseys, as well as the fact that they released some kind of shop where they're selling a bunch of merchandise that says like "Release the Kraken" and stuff. We also may have heard their goal horn that they're going to use, considering on Instagram the Seattle Kraken posted where they had this thing that was going to tell everybody that they were going to release what their team name was the next day, like a teaser. And in that teaser, I guess I'll explain it. It's kind of weird, but they pull a net out of the ocean, and there's a goal light that is in the net, and then when this boat horn plays, that's when it starts flashing, so people are starting to speculate that that might be the goal horn. And I mean, if you ask me, that goal horn actually sounds pretty good. I mean, like compared to other ones, like the Capitals, that's a pretty good goal horn. And other than that, they also ended up releasing their jerseys and also like their word mark and their, secondary logo. And their jerseys, I guess you could also say, are pretty cool, considering they have the logo, they have all the colors, they got like this red stripe going down. And for pretty much everything I'm talking right now, because I'm editing it, you're gonna see all the Kraken stuff and everything. So I guess you'll be able to have your own opinion when you're looking at it. But yeah, so they haven't really released like what the goal song is. They haven't officially released what the goal horn is, but I'm just speculating that's what it's gonna be. And they've also not released like mascots or anything. One thing I do know is, if you haven't heard already, Amazon sponsored them, so the name of the arena is gonna be like what Amazon chooses. And the whole thing with Amazon is what they were talking about is how the arena they're gonna have is gonna be completely green and like climate. It's gonna be like all for the environment, so they're gonna have like recycled rainwater as the ice. They're gonna have electric Zambonis, I guess. And the name of the arena they're gonna go with is Climate Pledge Arena. Now that's a bit of an odd name, I do have to say, but I guess that's what they want, so good for them. They also, we know they're gonna have a expansion draft in the future. But they're not even coming until like the 2021-2022 season. And honestly, I guess maybe I'll make another video talking about who I think they should pick in the expansion draft. But other than that, we know that there have been a few teams that like already we can tell are gonna be a rivalry. Like for example, Vancouver. I could see a pretty good rivalry between Vancouver and Seattle. This also brings in the speculation of what team is going to end up moving to the Central, since now there's way too many teams in the Pacific Division, and they need one to move this to the Central to make it fair. So, in this situation, many people are saying it's going to be Arizona, and if it's Arizona, then that's my team, so I'm hoping it's not that. Because, I mean, like, honestly, the Pacific Division is kind of easy, because you have, like, the 3 California teams that are all bad, and then you've got, like, the best thing you've got is maybe Vegas, but to be honest, there are a few teams that are starting to get better, but I feel like the Pacific Division is really easy, and the Coyotes might be moving to the Central, and that's where, like, St. Louis is, and that's Stanley Cup champion last year. But, yeah, I'm getting off task. But, yes, they're going to have to move one team to the Central, considering before the whole, before the whole expansion, they had one less team in the Central than every other, so their way to fix that was to add one more team, and then just move one to the Central. They also have released, they have sort of meanings that are inside of their jerseys, like for example the S that they're using has to represent what their original team was, because believe it or not, back when like the NHL first started back in like the 1910s or 20s, they had this team called the Seattle Metropolitans, which were actually the first American team to win the Stanley Cup. And their logo was an S, so they decided to use the S as a way to honor them, as well as, if you look, there's a whole meaning on the website, but basically they said like how there's a tentacle that's hidden in the S. It's supposed to mean something involving like the Kraken, and then the red eye is supposed to represent like what lurks in the water, or the deep mysteries of the water or something, I don't know. But I mean, I don't really understand the meanings of it, but it's still a pretty cool logo. I wouldn't be surprised if they use an octopus as their mascot. Maybe don't do it like Detroit though, considering that was just like this 12-foot long, or this 12-foot tall octopus that just hung from the ceiling. He wasn't even a mascot. I could see them also doing like alternates involving their anchor, because if you didn't know, their anchor is their secondary. Well, you're gonna see it because I added it in. But they have an anchor as their secondary, I guess to represent the whole boating thing. And that anchor also has, if you didn't see it already, the Seattle, whatever it's called, that iconic building, Space Needle. They have the Space Needle hidden in there. So that's just another meaning for Seattle. And then their word mark, it has to do sort of like, almost kind of like a medieval word, if you almost ask me. But other than that, we don't really have a lot of information on it, so I guess I'll end the video here. Bit of a short one, but I hope you enjoyed. So please consider subscribing, maybe leaving a comment, leaving a like, and as always, stay awesome, stay quarantined. See you guys later.